Welcome to St. Peter's College, Colombo, Ligamba branch for grade 4 English lesson. Before I start today's lesson, I have a question to ask. What do you do in your free time? I mean your leisure time. What do you do in your free time? If I take myself, I do gardening with my parents. I do dancing. I listen to music in my free time. So, dancing, gardening, listening to music are called with one name. What is it? It is hobbies. So, today we are going to learn hobbies and sports. Right? So, what do you mean by a hobby? Hobby is an activity which is done in our leisure time. Hobby is an activity which is done in our leisure time or free time. I know you have more than one hobby, just like collecting stamps and reading storybooks, listening to music, dancing, swimming, like that. So, from your pupils book, today we are going to learn hobbies. They have given some pictures for these hobbies. Only few are there. Reading, dancing, gardening, cycling, that means riding the bicycle, drawing, playing with pets. Okay, so these are some kind of hobbies which are in your pupils book. Then the next one, there is a conversation here with two boys. First boy tells, my hobby is reading. What is his hobby? It is reading. Then the first boy is asking from his friend, what is your hobby? My hobby is drawing. My hobby is drawing. What do you mean by drawing? You know what is drawing? Is it drawing or drawing? It's drawing. Right? So, from this conversation, after this, there is an announcement. This announcement starting with attention please. I know in our school also, the principal and teachers give announcements like this. So we'll see what is this about. Shall we read this? Attention please. We are introducing swimming, badminton, chess for grade 4 students. Please meet your sports teacher and join your favorite sports club. Date 10th of September. Time at 10:30 a.m. Place at the playground. So this announcement is about the sports. So sports and the hobbies are connected together. A hobby can be your favorite sport. If your hobby is swimming, your favorite sport can be swimming. So these two are connected, right? So again, I'm going to read this announcement. We are introducing swimming, badminton, chess for grade 4 students. Please meet your sports teacher and join your favorite sports club on the 10th of September at 10:30 a.m. at the playground. The meeting will be held at the playground. From this announcement, you have some questions to answer. Let's see the first question and you need to give a very short answer, right? Name the sports in the announcement. So what are the sports you saw in the announcement? Swimming, badminton, chess. You can participate. For which grade? Only for the grade 4 students, right? Then the second question. What day is the meeting? What day is the meeting? Okay? The day will be on the 10th of September. Where is it? What do you mean by where? They're asking the place. Where will be the meeting held? At the playground. The meeting will be held at the playground. Then the final question is, at what time is the meeting? At what time is the meeting? So the meeting will be held at 10:30 a.m. Right? So you need to answer, you need to give short answers for these 4 questions in your writing book. We'll go for the next one in your pupils book. Okay, there is a conversation again with 3 students, with 3 friends. So the first boy says, I like cycling. It's all about hobbies and sports. I like swimming. Second boy says. Third girl says, I like to play netball. Netball is a sport. Most of the girls do play netball than the boys. Okay? From this, you have something to write, just 2 sentences. Now write about your friend and your friend's hobbies. You can have more than 1 hobby. Doesn't matter. If you have more than 1 hobby, you can write them all here. Right? You can take more space, more than this. Mine, as an example, my hobby is drawing. My friend's hobby is reading. I know since you all are at home, you don't have any friends at home. So you may have sisters and brothers. Or else you can give a call to one of your friends and ask them what is their hobby. Right? As an example, if I take myself, I can say my hobby is gardening. My friend's hobby is listening to music. Right? So you need to fill in the blanks. That means you need to write 2 sentences while asking from your friend. Let's go to the next one. Write about your hobby and your favorite sport in here. My hobby is what? You can write whatever you want, your favorite hobby, and you have to write what? Your favorite sport too. My hobby is, as an example, if I take here, my hobby is doing gardening. My hobby is gardening, and my favorite sport is playing badminton, or is just badminton. You have to name only the sport. My hobby is gardening, and my favorite sport is badminton. Okay? Now we are going to play a game. Can I play without you, children? No, we can't play without our friends. So, but you can have an idea with this, and you can do this at home with your sister and your brother and with your parents. Okay? This is the game. You need to follow this. You need to follow the steps to play the game. The question is, you need to remember this question in your mind. What is your favorite sport? Now you got your answer to your mind. So I also got an answer for my mind. It is badminton. So just keep that word in your mind and let's follow the steps. You need to spell it. How do you spell badminton? Bad. B-A-D mean M-I-N-T-O-N. B-A-D-M-I-N-T-O-N. You need to repeat it 3 times. Okay? B-A-D-M-I-N-T-O-N badminton. B-A-D-M-I-N-T-O-N badminton. B-A-D-M-I-N-T-O-N badminton. Then after, you need to use it in a sentence. My favorite sport is badminton. Then after, you need to draw it here. In this case, you need to draw the picture. Okay, so my favorite sport is badminton. So I draw the picture here that I'm playing badminton. You need to write on the space. Ask 3 friends to say that sentence. So since you don't have any friends at home, you can ask your brothers or sisters or to your parents to say that sentence 3 times. Then after, you need to mime it. From the last lesson, we learned what is a mime. Mime is an action without talking. Doing an action without talking. How do you play badminton? Do you play like this? It is cricket. How do you play badminton? The shuttlecock is here. You need to hit the shuttlecock with the racket. So starting with this and playing like this. You need to do the action. And they have to identify who's looking at you, what is it. So you need to mime your favorite sport. Then give a high five to your friend. After finishing it, if your friend, that means if your sister or brother or to your parent could say what is it, that means you won the game. So you have to give a high five. Did you understand how do you follow these steps to play the game? Right. So these are the parts, that means the steps, the exercises which you have to do in your workbook and from your previous book. So please do by watching this YouTube clip and complete all the notes which are with you. Now we are going to elocution part. It is reading from the book Secret Garden, right? The page is 8. We have started the book last lesson, so we are going to the second part from the page 8. But keep remember, from page 8 I have taken only a very small part to read today, right? So we'll start. Her mother was very pretty and cared only for parties and pleasure. She left Mary in the care of an Indian nursemaid who gave the little girl everything she wanted so that she would not cry and upset her mother. Again, I'm going to read. Her mother was very pretty and cared only for parties and pleasure. She left Mary in the care of an Indian nursemaid who gave the little girl everything she wanted so that she would not cry and upset her mother. From the earlier part we learned about this girl who is Mary. She was a very stubborn girl. Why she became to a stubborn girl? Because her father was not at home. Her father was so busy with his work, and we did not know about her mother until we read this. Now you got to know about her mother as well. How is she? Is she a very beautiful person? Yes, she is very pretty, but there's a problem with her mother. What is it? She was not caring her daughter. She only cared about her parties, and she always went out to meet her friends and for parties. She did not want to stay with her daughter Mary. Then who cared this daughter? An Indian nursemaid. An Indian nursemaid, one of the servants at this house, she cared only for this daughter, and she gave everything what Mary wanted. That means when your mother was not at home, you start to cry. So because of that reason, this Indian nursemaid gave everything she wanted, though it is so bad for her. Understood? So this is what I want to explain today. We will meet with other part from page 8 next day. Thank you and God bless you.